For the supplies that you need yarn. And I recommend you use a cotton yarn because we are making or crocheting a coaster and you will use this in your table or in your office. And I prefer this one. But you can use acrylic if you prefer or if you had that more access to that. This bowl is 100% cotton. It's a small one to make small projects, and I have many colors. You can choose whatever color you have. This is a 25 grams of yarn and it gives 57.5 meters of yarn. So you have enough to complete your project or your coaster in this case. Another thing is every yarn label will tell you exactly what size of hook you will need to use with this yarn. This is a decay yarn, which means it's a little bit heavier in size, so you have more stability in your projects. And that brings us to the next tool you need or supply. You need a crochet hook. Depending on the size of the yarn you are using, the label of the yarn will tell you what you need. For me, it is a 4mm hook. So I am using a 4mm hook for this one. You also need scissors to cut the yarn and a stitch marker. If you are taking a break for your work, you can put it on your work. And a darning needle to finish the work, and that looks very nice. When you finish your coaster, then you need to block it so it looks very defined and prettier. For that, you will need 2 towels and a water spray bottle. To start our coaster, we are going to be learning how to make a magic circle. I have here my yarn and I pull a little bit of the yarn, the working yarn, and I have my crochet hook, so we can start working. And I am using a 4mm hook for this size of yarn, which is decay. To start making our magic circle, we are going to take the yarn and wrap around our 3 fingers like this, making an X, and then turning, and with our pinky finger holding the yarn. Then we took our crochet hook, we go under the first string of yarn, under it, and we grab the second one. Then we do a twist and we continue grabbing the yarn behind it and passing it through the loop like this. And here we have it, our magic circle. I know because this can be a little bit tricky to understand. For that reason, we are going to be doing it again. We grab the yarn, a considerable size, and then we wrap this yarn between these 3 fingers, just wrapping it around like this. And then we form an X below, and then we go above our 3 fingers on the other side, and we take the yarn with our pinky finger, and then with our hook we go under the first string of yarn and we pull the second one and we make a twist, and then we grab the yarn, the second one, and we pull it through the loop like this. This is the magic circle, and now we are ready to start to construct our coaster. When we finish our magic circle, now it's time to make a fake double crochet. I will pull the string here to make the circle a little bit stable and small, and now I will do 2 chains. How? pulling my working yarn through the loop, like this. My working yarn through the loop. We will do this again so you can see it clearly. I have my magic circle here. My hook is in the loop. Now I took the working yarn and I pull it through the loop one time, and I pull it through the loop a second time, and now I have 2 chains. This is a fake double crochet that will help us in the next step. Now we are going to be adding the double crochet. This is how we do it. We yarn over, put the hook inside the magic circle, grab the yarn and pass it through the magic circle, and now we have 3 loops in our hook. Now we grab the yarn and we pass through the first 2 loops, and now we have 2 loops in our hook, and then we grab the yarn and pass it through the 2 loops. This is our first double crochet. Let's do it again. Yarn over, pass the hook into the magic circle, grab the working yarn, pass through the magic circle again, then we have 3 loops on the hook. Now we grab the yarn, pass through the first 2 loops, and then do the rest of the 2 loops. And this is our second double crochet. We are doing 10 of them. Yarn over, pass to the magic circle, grab the yarn, 3 loops on the hook. Now we grab the yarn, pass to the first 2 loops on the hook, and again. This is our third double crochet. Again, yarn over, go into the magic circle, grab the yarn, pull through, and then pull the working yarn into the 2 first loops, and then into the second 2 loops. And this is our 4th double crochet. Continuing, we are going to do these same steps until we complete 10 double crochet. 3 loops on the hook, then grab the yarn, pass through the first 2 loops and pass through the second 2 loops. Now we have 5 double crochet in our magic circle. Let's do the 6th one. The same procedure. Yarn over, pass through the magic circle, grab the yarn, going through the magic circle again, and then pulling in the working yarn to the loops. First the 2 first, and then the 2 last loops. This is our 6th. Let's do the 7. Yarn over, pass through the loop, this magic circle, grab the yarn, pass to the first 2 loops, and then to the second 2 loops. If you feel that your work is getting fiddly, just tighten the circle, the magic circle, pulling the yarn. We have 7 double crochet. Let's do the 8th. Yarn over, pass to the magic circle, grab the yarn. We have 3 loops on the hook. Then we pull the working yarn through the first 2 loops and then to the 2 second loops. And let's do our double crochet number 9. Yarn over, go into this magic circle, grab your yarn, pull through and pull through. And let's do the last one, the number 10. The same procedure. Yarn over, going into this magic circle, grab the yarn, pull through the 2 loops and pull through the 2 loops. Now we have completed our 10 double crochet. You always need to count so you don't get confused. To tighten the circle, just pull the yarn on your left side very tight. So now we have a center for our coaster. To make the circle, and we are going to be joining the 2 sides using a stitch that is called the slip stitch. And we do this by inserting our hook in the top of the first double crochet we did, not the chain. You count 1, 2 stitches and then the next will be your first double crochet. There you will insert your hook and then grab the yarn, then you have a stitch, and this same you will pass through the other stitch on the right side, and this is our circle, the center of the coaster. And now we can continue with the next steps. So far we have completed our first round, making the center of the coaster. I will pull a little bit of yarn from my pot so I can crochet easily. And let's count. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets. Now we need to make the coaster bigger. For that we need to increase our sizes, and we do that by placing 2 double crochets in the same stitch. But first we need to make a fake double crochet by chaining 2. So let's chain 1, grabbing the yarn and pass it through the loop, and then again grabbing our yarn and pass it through the loop in our hook. And now we have 2 chains. And now we are going to also working here with this yarn, bringing it to the front so we can hide the yarn, the leftover yarn, inside the circle. Now in the same stitch we are going to be making a double crochet. Yarn over, pull, insert your hook into the same stitch as we did the 2 chains, grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops. We have 3 loops in the hook. Grab the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops, and then now you have 2 loops in the hook. Grab the yarn and pull it through, and you have completed your first 2 double crochets. And we are hiding our leftover yarn. Let's do it again. We are increasing 2 double crochets in each of the stitches we have on our center. Insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pull it through the stitch, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. Pull the yarn through the 2 first loops, and you have now 2 loops in your hook, and pull the yarn through the 2 loops again. This is 1 double crochet. We need to make 2 double crochets in the same stitch, maintaining your leftover yarn always at the front. Again, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pass it through the loop, and now you have 3 loops on your hook, and then grab the yarn, going through the 2 first loop, and then to the 2 loops rest in your hook. Now you have 2 pairs of double crochets in the same stitch. Continue with the sequence. This is a pattern repeat here. 2 double crochets in every stitch. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn, pass it through the first 2 loops, and pass it through the second 2 loops. And we are making the second double crochet in the same stitch. This is the third stitch. Now we are completing 6 double crochets. By the end of the round, we are going to be having 20 double crochets. Next stitch, we are making a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pass it through the loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Grab the yarn, pass it through the loop, and go through. Again, the second double crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pull it through the first two loops, and pull it through the second two loops. Next stitch. By now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches left to make the 2 double crochets in them. Let's do it again. Yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pass it through the loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Pull it through the first 2 loops and pull the yarn through the second 2 loops. And the second double crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook, pull the yarn, pull it through the loops and pull it to the 2 loops. Now we have 5 stitches left. We have been doing this for 5 times, so we have 10 double crochets already. We have 5 stitches left. Okay, yarn over, insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pass it through the loop, and now grab the yarn and pass it through the 2 loops and then the 2 loops, and again the second double crochet. Yarn over, and by now you have memorized all the steps. You will be dreaming after this class with the double crochets and all the steps you need to follow. It is always recommendable that you have enough yarn out of the ball of the yarn so you can work easily. Let's do it again. The next 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So we approach our final stitches on the center of the coaster. Yarn over, insert the hook into the same stitch, pull the yarn through the first 2 loops and pull the yarn through the last 2 loops. Yarn over, next stitch, we are making the next 2 double crochets. Insert the hook into the loop, grab the yarn, pull it through and pull through. Second double crochet in the same stitch, and we have completed 8 stitches. Now we have 2 stitches left and we need to make our 2 double crochets in these 2 last stitches. This is 1 and this is 2 in the same stitch, the number 9, and we have 1 stitch left to complete our center or increases. First double crochet and the second double crochet in the same stitch. Okay. It might feel like it's tight in the coaster, but don't worry, when we block the piece, it will gain more flexibility, the fabric. Now we are going to be slip stitching to connect or join our 2 sizes, as we did in the previous round. You count 1 and 2. These are the 2 chains you chain at the beginning of the round, and you will look for the top of the first double crochet you did, and you will insert your hook in that loop to make your slip stitch. Then grab the working yarn, pass it through the loop and pass it to the stitch like this, and here you have it. You have joined your coaster. If you are taking a break from your work or from the class, you can then Take your hook out of the work and use your stitch marker to prevent your work from unraveling. And this is very helpful. And it is good to take breaks as well. We have completed the first increases row, doing the 2 double crochets in every stitch on our center, and now we have 20 stitches on our working process. Now we are going to be increasing again, but this time we are making 1 double crochet and then making 2 double crochets in the next stitch, then 1 double crochet, and then in the next stitch 2 double crochets, and we will do that till the end of the round. Starting with chaining 2 to make a fake double crochet, then we are going to be placing a double crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, then you have 3 loops in your hook, pull the yarn through the first loop, and then pull the yarn through the second loop. Now we are placing 1 double crochet in the next stitch, like this. Yarn over, pull through and pull through. In the next stitch we are placing 2 double crochets. This is the first one, and this is the second double crochet in the same stitch. This is the pattern repeat we are going to be making. In the next stitch we are placing 1 double crochet, and in the next we are increasing with 2 double crochets. 1 double crochet here, and in the next stitch increasing 2 double crochets in the same stitch. This is 1 double crochet, and this is the second double crochet in the same stitch. In the next stitch we are placing a double crochet, and in the next stitch we are then placing an increase, 2 double crochets. Our leftover yarn is almost covered, and then we place the second double crochet in the same stitch. We are repeating the same pattern over again 10 times. Let's continue. In the next stitch we place 1 double crochet, and in the next stitch we place 2 double crochets. One and 2. And we continue repeating the pattern. Let's pull a little bit of yarn so I can work easily and comfortably. And now we are making the 5th pattern repeat. We place 1 double crochet in the next stitch after the 2 double crochets, and then we place 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next one. One double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Try to keep your yarn out of the ball so you can easily work your double crochets. This is like a meditation. And next, one double crochet in the next stitch, two double crochets in the next stitch, one double crochet in the next stitch, and now we are done with the round repeat. This makes 30 stitches. Now we need to join or both sizes, and we do the same. We count the 2 chains we did at the beginning, and then we place a slip stitch in on top the first double crochet you make, the real double crochet, not the fake one. And now we are complete with this round, and by now we have 30 stitches on count. You can count your stitches to make sure you didn't misplace the double crochets. You can count with me, or you can count by yourself in your own coasters. Let's recap what we have done. We have done the center with 10 double crochets into the magic circle. Then we did the increases. We placing 2 double crochets in every double crochet stitches. And then we did the first round with the increases, placing 1 double crochet in the stitch and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And now we are ready to continue the increases, starting with chaining 2 to make the fake double crochet so we can work the next double crochet easily. And then we place a double crochet in the same stitch. The pattern goes as follows: double crochet, 1 stitch, double crochet, 1 stitch, 2 double crochets, next stitch. So we are working on 3 stitches and doing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets, increasing at the end. And we will be repeating this until the end of the row. Like this. We place 1 double crochet in the first stitch, then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, then in the next stitch we place 2 double crochets in the same stitch to make the increase. Let's do it again. So we do 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1 and 2 in the same stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1 and 2. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Once you have memorized the pattern, it will become very automatic and easy for you to just repeat it in this round. Now we are continuing with the same pattern until we reach the last stitch. Let's continue with the pattern. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. By the end of the round, when you complete all the pattern repeat, you need to have 40 double crochets in total. This is because we are increasing by 10 stitches or 10 double crochets. Okay, now that we have finished our last double crochet, let's join our coaster with a slip stitch. You know, you count the change 1 and 2, and then you place a slip stitch, inserting your hook in the top of the first double crochet you make, and then you pass the yarn through this loop and pass through the yarn through the loop in your hook, and this make our coaster round. Don't worry, because we are going to be wet blocking our coaster, and it will flatten as we do the technique later when we finish the next round. In this round, we are going to be increasing again, and this time we are placing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets in the next stitch. We are going to be doing this around until we complete the round. We start by chaining 2 and then placing a double crochet in the same stitch. In the next stitch, we place 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, we place another double crochet. In the next stitch, another double crochet. And in the next stitch, we place 2 double crochets. This completes our pattern. And we are going to be repeating this same pattern until the end of the row. Let's do it again. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch we place 2 double crochets in the same stitch. This is our increase. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Pull a little bit of yarn because it is getting short on yarn. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. One double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. By the end of this round, you need to have 50 double crochets in total. And this is our last increase round for the size that I am aiming for this coaster. Now we need to join our two sizes, and we count the chain 1 and 2, and then we place, we insert our hook in the top of the first double crochet we make, and then we pull the yarn through the stitch, and then we pull the yarn again to the loop on our hook, and we complete like this our coaster. Let me place a stitch marker so I can show you what we have done. And it is looking a little bit wonky, but don't worry, when we block it, you will see the magic happen. It will become very flat and round. Now it's time to complete the coaster, and we are going to be removing first the stitch marker, and then inserting my hook in the loop and chaining 1 to secure all the stitches. I am closing off or binding off my work, and then I will cut a good amount of yarn, and then I will pull through the yarn through the loop like this, and with this we are securing all the stitches. Keep your hook around because maybe you will need it, and grab your needle and insert the yarn into the needle. I have this tool to help me thread the needle, and then we are going to be weaving the yarn into the back of the coaster, going just like this. Insert the needle into the stitches and pass the yarn through until you have done like 6 or 7, depending on the length of your thread, and then you can go back. The idea here is to hide this yarn and preventing your coaster from unraveling. There are many methods to do this. I use this, and sometimes I help myself with a hook as well when the yarn is too short to use my needle. I will show you, of course. I am going now back in the direction that I started, and this will make sure that the thread doesn't get unraveled. Now I will use my hook and continue hiding the yarn. Very easy peasy. Do this until you don't have any yarn left, and then your coaster will be done, or almost done, because we need still to wet block this so it becomes flat and round. Perfectly hiding in the yarn, and then getting ready to wet block our coaster. Time to wet block our coaster. I have here the two towels. I will place one on my surface and then the other one on top of the coaster. I have the coaster here, and now with my water spray bottle I will spray the coaster in both surface, on the right side and in the wrong side. Make sure you spray it evenly so all the fabric gets wet. And then on the right side again, and I will place the second towel like this, and then I will put something heavy, not extremely heavy, but like a book or like my journal, like this, that make it flat, and I will leave this overnight or until it dries. In your case, if you live in a warmer climate, then maybe you can wait a couple of hours and it will be ready. So now let's see the magic. I have here my coaster, and it is now dry and blocked. Can you already see the difference? It is very flat in comparison with the other one that is finished. Look at this and look at this. This look very wonky and this look very flat. Let me show you how it looks. I put a cup and here a glass, and the ends curl up onto the glass or onto the cup. But in the flat one, everything looks flat and beautiful. I will do the same with the other one, so we have the two coaster blocked. And this is the final piece. Our coaster is done, and now we can use it to beautify our spaces. Can it be our table, or just to put a glass with flowers, or a pot with a plant, or for anything you will like to use it. You can choose any color you want, or you can make it bigger or smaller and use it at your convenience. Acquiring new skills is always a plus and a win, so I hope you have fun with the class, and I can't wait to see what you create, what color you choose for your coaster, and how you will use it. I can't wait to see what you have created.